Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we'll check in with Prairie Rivers of Iowa. My guest today is Hanna Bates, who's the watershed coordinator with Prairie Rivers of Iowa. Hanna, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So Prairie Rivers is a sort of a partner organization of the City of Ames. We do some work with you. Tell us a little bit about what you do. You're relatively new to the organization.
Yes, I started back in June. I recently graduated from Iowa State University with my Master's of Science in Sociology and Sustainable Agriculture, in which my work there focused on the Iowa nutrient reduction strategy and focused on watershed work and how we can improve our water quality. So my work so far with Prairie Rivers is that I'm helping implement the management plan that has been based on many years of hard work with our partners at City of Ames, as well as other organizations such as the Squaw Creek Watershed Coalition. And actually, the energy around this plan has been so great over the last couple of years. Our partner list is a foot long, I would say. So it's really exciting to be a part of a plan and to be a part of efforts with so many local people interested in it.
Sure. At the City of Ames, we do a lot of education and outreach on watersheds and getting our residents to understand the importance of the watershed locally. Talk to me a little bit about what a watershed is and why maybe you could take that perspective a little bit bigger than just your own front door.
Right. So a watershed is an area of land that drains rainfall and snowmelt from minor streams or tributaries into a larger stream, which in this case is the Squaw Creek, and that eventually leads to an even larger body of water, which in this case is the South Skunk Watershed, which eventually leads down to the Mississippi River, which eventually leads down the Gulf of Mexico. So it's a nice little nesting egg doll system of water that flows from our back door, our lawn, our farm field, out ultimately to the Gulf of Mexico.
And for most Ames residents, that beginning of that chain starts with their storm outlet. Mm-hmm. And that might just be right in front of their front door. In the curb cuts, those drain directly to the waterways. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I think people don't understand that and use that as maybe a trash receptacle, or I'm going to get rid of some motor oil, or I'm going to wash my car and let the debris go down there. And that really needs to be something that we're a little bit more careful about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a focal point of our plan is that education outreach about what you can do to improve the water quality. Simple things you can do, much as what you mentioned, is things that we can do as citizens, either within the cities or out on the farm fields, that we can do all together to improve the water quality.
So at the city, while we're looking at our little piece, at Prairie Rivers, you're looking at a much more global, a much bigger view of that watershed.
Yeah, we're working with many different types of people: farmers, landowners, acreage owners, urban residents, because we all have a part to play in terms of water quality. So we're addressing those bit by bit with these different groups of people. For example, I'm going to be at the Ames Farmers Market over the next several months talking with urban residents about what they can do, and they can build an awareness and understanding of what water quality is and what it should look like in the area.
This watershed is so important to Ames. I know that the mayor has been involved in the planning, but also it's bigger into Story County Boards of Supervisors, Story County employees, and then it's even bigger than that. It's multi-county.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the watershed covers Boone County, Story County, and Hamilton County as well. It has a land area of about 146,000 acres. It addresses the different types of people that can be involved in water quality management, because urban residents, farmers, landowners, acreage owners, they all can play a role in water quality. And the benefit of this plan is that we have so many partners that address these different issues that we can reach out to these people, different types of people, in a very effective way.
So who are the outreach groups, the stakeholders? We talked about residents of Ames, obviously, and they play a role. But as you get bigger and sort of go out in these concentric circles, who are some of the other outreach groups that you're concerned about reaching?
Farmers, particularly, landowners who ultimately make decisions about the land. And those groups can be divided into different kinds of people as well. Those who live in rural areas, who have septic systems. That's a significant issue as well in terms of water quality management within the watershed. Basically, anyone who's willing to listen to me is whom I want to talk to about water quality.
So water is a limited resource has been a popular topic in national news, but even water safety, water quality is really a huge issue. I think it's become a real forefront issue, not only environmentally, but people are concerned about it for health reasons. And I think that idea of protecting watersheds is starting to resonate with more people.
Absolutely. Yeah, with this plan, we want to talk about how watersheds are important and get people really knowledgeable about the water flow and basic understanding of what water does and its involvement or its effect on recreation and habitats. I mean, we're not just talking about safe drinking water in regards to this, we're talking about having good tourist areas, having good places for people within our watershed to go and enjoy Iowa's landscape essentially as well.
I know for some people, maybe they want to they want to help, but they feel like it's cost prohibitive or it's not possible for them to make those changes. Do you look at the unique situations that landowners deal with and try to make recommendations that take those circumstances into account?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a big part of the conversation, is that the inclusion of these practices or what new knowledge, any of the thing in regards to this plan is not necessarily quick and easy. It's something that's kind of a process, and I would like to, it's our goal to work with these people or work with farmers, landowners, urban residents to be able to adopt these different things into the lifestyle that they already have. We're not looking for crazy drastic changes to how you manage your land or how you manage your lawn, but simple things you can incorporate that will make a big difference in the watershed.
I mean, think about it. The City of Ames, we offer a rain barrel rebate for residents to capture some of that runoff coming off roofs. We offer a rain garden rebate, so you could look at the topography of your property and perhaps plant a rain garden where appropriate, and we provide education for that. What are just quickly, a couple of tips for just the average homeowner? What can they do to improve water quality in their area?
Right. So first of all, they can volunteer. They can work with the Squaw Creek Watershed Coalition with water quality monitoring to just be part of the effort and help build an awareness, because if we don't know the water quality, we can't necessarily act and do something about it. They can reach out to their local government and talk about seeing what the local government, City of Ames, is doing to keep recreational areas beautiful, such as Brookside Park and other beautiful areas that we have around town. Examine stormwater management within the City of Ames and also within our counties as well, to reach out to county supervisors on low impact development and managing septic systems, making sure that those are being permitted and kept intact so that those aren't leaking into our water systems as well.
Those are great. Also, I'm sure you have information on your website. What's the address for our viewers?
It is prrcd.org, and we have a specific links to the Squaw Creek Watershed as well.
Great. Well, Hannah, thanks so much for visiting us this morning. A lot of great information.
Great. Thank you very much. And people can feel free to reach out to me if they have any questions. My information is located on the website as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Again, if you want more information, you can check out the Prairie Rivers of Iowa website. Also remember, the City of Ames website at cityofames.org/smartwatersheds has a lot of information on what you can help do to keep our water quality high. Some other things for your calendar. I know it seems early, but there's already been questions about Halloween. Just a note that trick-or-treating in Ames this year will be held on Friday, October 30th, the day before Halloween. Again, that's Friday, October 30th, with recommended hours from 5:30 to 7:30. There is a home ISU football game on Saturday, October 31st, so we're going to keep those kids safe and have them trick-or-treat on Friday this year. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.